All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Health Unscripted. This week, we're going to talk about goal setting because how appropriate right before the new year to talk about not just New Year's resolutions, but goals in general, because we can set goals at any time. We don't need to wait until New Year's resolution to set goals. I know that's the motto for us, but I do know that New Year's is a great time to feed the motivational fuel and just use it to start anew, right? Like kind of how we start on Mondays, New Year's Day is one of those things for starting anew. So today we're going to talk about why New Year's resolutions fail usually. I know we're starting out on a real positive note, and how to not be in the failing group of New Year's resolutions, because you're going to set amazing resolutions and great goals. And here's the way you're going to do it. We're going to talk about how to do it and how you're going to stick to those. And then if you need some help, we're going to talk about it at the end too. So let's get started. This episode should not be super long. So just an easy, quick listen, straight to the point, right? So when we're talking about New Year's resolutions and goals and things like that, most New Year's resolutions fail. This is why last year I was kind of an anti-resolutioner. because I was like, listen, resolutions kind of suck. Like we don't really stick to them anyway. Let's focus on something else. I personally don't set New Year's resolutions. I choose a word for the year and go off of that. And actually I'm going to post my word next week before New Year's Eve, but holy shnikes, 2020s came true, 2021s came true, 2022 has definitely come true. And I chose 2 words this year. And all I have to say about choosing words is be careful what you choose, because that shit will put you through the ringer for you to learn those things that you choose or to embrace the things that you choose. I want to say, I think my word, if I remember correctly, my word for 2021 was fearless, which was awesome. Or 2020 was fearless, which was awesome because I quit my pharmacy job and like it totally came true. I almost want to scroll back. I don't remember 2021's word. What the fuck was it? I do know this year though, 2021 was confidence, which was very true too, because I had to lead a team and do something I've never done and work full time and just went through a lot of insecure moments to then build up some self-confidence. So 2021 was confidence. And for 2022, I chose trust, and release. So like trusting in things and releasing what no longer serves me. Holy bananas, y'all. If you keep up with me on Instagram, you know what I went through this year and how like I have let go of so much toxicity. I've talked about it on here. My toxic relationship I was in, horrible, let that go this year. Really been on my own and single now for almost 7 months, which has been really great. Like I'm trying to just embrace that, but releasing the need to have it all figured out, have the biological clock nonsense, because I am getting up there. Trust in the way things are working out, trust that what I went through taught me a bigger and better lesson, which it fucking did. Oh my God. So I'm not even going to utter my 2022 word or my 2023 word until closer till, and then say a little like prayer for it. All right. But I am like much stronger after this year. So I choose words. I don't really choose goals. I set goals in the year and I usually accomplish them because of what I'm going to teach you in this episode. So the New Year's resolution facts are most people give up by the last week in February. Most people give up after the first 8 weeks of the year. Even more give up by March. And then only 9% of those who set New Year's resolutions make it until the end. 9%. So how do you become a 9%er? And that is setting realistic goals and having a way to track them. So when we think of New Year's resolutions, I don't know if they go hand in hand with goals. I assume they do. I'm going to do that for this episode. So most of the time, 50% of people want to save money. 40, there was so much, like half of the people do weight loss or some type of health related goal for their New Year's resolutions. A lot of people want to save money because you can have multiple resolutions, right? Some people just want to be more present with family or less screen time or stop biting your nails, little things like that. So if we want to save money, how do you do that? Do you have a plan in action? Like, are you just going to say, I'm going to save money and then do it? If you want to achieve a health goal, well, what are you going to do? Right? The problem is we're saying these things out loud and we're not instituting anything to get there. So some people do sign up for a program or have a challenge or go grocery shopping and start meal prepping and all of that, but then we fall off. And the top 3 reasons why New Year's resolutions fail, no matter what they are, is a lack of planning. So we just say the goal and we leave it at that. We don't plan for it. We don't track it out. We don't anything. Lack of tracking. Sorry, use that word already, but lack of tracking that goal. So documenting how much we're actually saving or how much we're losing or what we're doing in the gym and tracking that progress. We're not tracking it. And lack of accountability. Nobody keeping you accountable except for yourself. And when we get super busy or when we're feeling like we want to fall off because we're not as motivated as we were in the beginning of the year, we don't have anyone to push us back on. So lack of tracking, lack of planning, and lack of accountability. Well, that ain't going to happen anymore. Especially ain't going to happen in our brand new Year Better You program that I will talk about. I've already talked about it a little on last week's episode, but we're going to bring it up again. But today we're going to talk about, if you've never heard, there's something called SMART goals, which is a formatted way to set a goal. So we're going to talk about SMART goals, and then we're going to make it even better because I like smarter goals. I know. See what I did there? So first of all, when we're talking about SMART goals, SMART is a acronym. So it stands for different words that we're going to use to set a goal. So if you're listening to this and you can write it down, do it. All right. S stands for specific. When we're talking about goals, get specific. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to fit into this bathing suit by June because I'm going to something. Like, get super specific on how much you want to lose, what you want to do, how much you want to save, all those things. Get super specific with your goals. Write it down. The M in SMART goals stands for measurable. How are you going to measure this progress? If you're losing weight, you can track macros. You can do the scale every week. You can do measurements. How are you measuring money saved? Things like that. Like, we need a form of measurement. So is it measurable? Is this goal measurable or not? It needs to be measurable. The A is achievable. Is this goal even realistic? For example, I've done some content in the past on, I want to lose 30 pounds in 12 weeks. That's not realistic. It's not realistic. Maybe for some people who have a lot of weight to lose, but for the majority, it's not a realistic goal if we're losing a half a pound to 1 pound per week. 30 pounds is not realistic. So is it a realistic goal? Other times we have people come in who have been dieting for 15, 20 years and they want to restore their metabolism in 8 weeks. It ain't going to happen. It's not even going to happen in 12 weeks. So just being realistic with you, that goal is not realistic. So making sure your goal actually makes sense and it's realistic. And part of achievable is also, do you possess the necessary information to achieve this goal? Do you possess the weight loss knowledge, the diet knowledge? Do you possess the finance knowledge? Or maybe you don't need finance knowledge to save, but is it achievable for you? Not just in real life, but also for you. Do you possess the skills necessary to achieve this goal? All right. Moving on to R. R is, what is R? I wrote these down and I can't even read my own handwriting. Guys, this is my life. Okay. Relevant. That says relevant. If you guys are watching me on the video portion, which I need to start putting up on YouTube, I'm behind a couple of weeks. My face right now. All right. So we have S.M.A.R.T.E.R is relevant. So is the goal relevant? What is the reason that you're setting this goal? Does it align with your core values of your life, what you want to bring into the year? Is it worthwhile? Is it also the right time for this goal? I do talk about in other settings, maybe, everyone wants to lose weight in the new year, but if you're super stressed, for example, I have a client and I've talked about her a lot because the beginning of the year always reminds me of her, who's an accountant. And the first 4 months of the year are stress city for accountants, especially when we wind down to March and April. So that is not the best time for her to diet because she's already in a really super, super stressed state. So setting a New Year's goal to lose whatever by March may not be a relevant goal for her, right? If you're going through a divorce, if you're moving, if you're even getting married, which is an exciting time, but super stressful, we need to plan a more realistic diet approach for that and not just a crash diet, okay? Because we do have to work with stress. So is this a relevant goal? Don't worry, guys, I can read the rest of them, so we're okay. T in SMART goal stands for time. So give yourself a time limit. You need to put an end date on this. What is the realistic time frame that you are going to achieve this goal by? Are you giving yourself all 52 weeks? Are you putting little smaller goals, which I do love? This, this doesn't say this, but I'll talk about it when I'm done. But when are you going to set aside time to achieve this goal? For example, if you're wanting to work out more, when are you going to carve that time out of your daily schedule? What about meal prepping? Like, when are you going to carve that time out? So setting those time standards and setting some deadlines to complete this goal, not just letting it go all willy-nilly. All right. So that is the SMART goal framework. That is a better approach than just setting a goal in general and just seeing how it goes, right? So again, to repeat SMART, because we're working here, is specific. Make sure it's specific. Make sure you can measure it out. Make sure it's achievable for you and just achievable in general. Is it relevant? Why is this goal? Why do you want this to be a goal? Is it the right time? Is it worthwhile, right? T is time. Set deadlines, set when are you going to achieve this goal and when are you going to carve out time to achieve this goal, okay? So SMART is really great, but the reason I like smarter goals instead of SMART goals is because if you remember what I said in the beginning of why we fail with New Year's resolutions, it's because lack of a plan, which SMART does give you a plan, so that's totally fine. Lack of tracking. So measurable does kind of give it, a little bit of tracking, like what data are you going to use to measure and track, but it's not the full picture. It doesn't give you the full picture of tracking. And then accountability, there is no accountability with SMART goals. You just lay it all out there and that's it. So there is no accountability. So there's still room for error, right? So SMARTER goals is simply just adding the E and R at the end, obviously, where E stands for evaluate. All right. So this is where we're going to evaluate our progress along the way. When are we going to assess our progress? Is it going to be daily? Is it going to be weekly? Is it going to be quarterly like we do in business? What point are you going to evaluate where you're at and make changes if you're not where you need to be? And do any other things need to happen in order to help you achieve success if you're not at your goal? So we need to take a minute and do kind of a check-in, right? And then see if we need to change or if we're on track. So we need to evaluate our goal and see how far away we are from it and if we need to change anything. And then R is reward. So you need to celebrate your success. And this goes into, if we have a weight loss goal of 30 pounds, that's awesome, right? But let's break it into smaller chunks so it's even more achievable. So maybe 5 pounds, and then maybe 10 pounds, and then 15 pounds, or, breaking it into smaller chunks makes it way more doable and we get more chances to reward ourselves, which keeps us going. When we recognize smaller wins and recognize and celebrate achievements, we feel more confident, we feel more self-efficacy or self-efficacious, and we trust in ourselves more to keep going. So we need a way to recognize our hard work or someone else's hard work, right? Like if you're working for a company, you want to be recognized. You want to feel rewarded for your hard work. You need to do the same for yourself, especially if you want to keep going in that direction. So I have SMARTER goals includes evaluate and reward. Okay. So if you're thinking about this now and you're like, oh, that's so cool, like write out these letters and then write out your goal and do these steps for every single one of these letters and then use a new piece of paper to do that for your other ones. So for example, I have like a paper written out that you can't really see because I'm filming at night. Usually I film during the day, so I have to use my ring light now and it's kind of dark where I'm at. Sorry, video peeps, but you can't really see the paper. But anyway, SMARTER goals will make it so much more achievable. Now, there's still not really accountability. I do think that the reward portion keeps you accountable because you're seeing your progress. So does the evaluate, it keeps you accountable, but there's nothing like outside accountability or having like a buddy to help you achieve a goal. So this is why we have created the New Year Better You program, because you'll have a plan. You'll definitely be tracking. Yeah, macros. And workouts you'll be tracking, and you'll definitely have accountability with weekly check-ins. So not only are we going to get specific with your goal, we're going to be able to measure them. It's definitely going to be achievable because we don't let anyone come in with unrealistic goal expectations. We set them right away. It's going to be relevant to you, and we have the knowledge if you don't. So, right, you're just going to learn from us. It's going to be done in a timely manner, and that's what makes the 16-week program amazing. So instead of having the chance of falling off in the first 3 months like most do, the program is 16 weeks to carry you over April or through April so that we stick with it even more. It takes 66 days to make or break a habit, and you're going to get I think the math was like 1.7 times that. So definitely enough time to create healthy habits and break the old bad ones with someone there with you, right? We're going to evaluate your progress every single week during weekly check-ins and see what needs to be fixed, see what needs to be changed, and go from there. Not only that, you have daily access to your coach. So you can evaluate daily if you need to. We can measure things daily if you want to. So it's really, really awesome. And then rewards for success. We are constantly going to point out wins. You are going to see wins, non-scale victories. We call them NSVs in Team BDN. Love them because, even if the scale isn't budging because you're in a reverse, but your clothes are fitting better, you're feeling stronger in the gym, your sleep is amazing, your energy is amazing, you just hit a PR on that new deadlift. It's awesome. We love NSVs. We love them. So if you are interested in hearing more about the New Year Better You program, it is starting in January. You need to listen to this and hit me up immediately. I'm going to include an application in the show notes, a link for that, so you guys can apply and just say in the referral section, podcast, like Health Unscripted. You can also reach out to me on Instagram at dr.dwyer to have a conversation about the program, maybe what else is included, because it is our one-on-one coaching program, essentially just for 16 weeks instead of 12 weeks. So you'll get custom macros, custom programming, fitness, weekly check-ins, 24/6 coaching with your coach, support groups, the BDN Blueprint, which is our whole macro course that I personally built out, teaching you macros, tracking, and nutrition. It's a course format, so you'll get to go through it and learn all the things. Monthly mental health calls with a mental health specialist that we have as a coach on staff, bi-monthly team Zoom meetings. So you'll get FaceTime with each coach in the team every month. We rotate. So every month you'll see my face, and every month you'll see one of our other coaches, which reminds me, we brought on a brand new coach this week. Hello, Coach Launa. We are super excited to have her. A little quick bio. She is a freaking badass. She is a former collegiate volleyball player, lives in Dallas, and she is so passionate about health and fitness. She has a Moderation 365 certification, which is for intuitive eating. So even more help moving from macros into intuitive eating. It's amazing. She's also doing her metabolic female course right now. So she is getting prepped and schooled on metabolism and hormones, just like what we love. So she is a Spitfire. She reminds me of me so much, and I love it. If you want to check her out, her Instagram name, I think, is at launa.j. Let's see. Hold on. Don't quote me. Where is she? Yeah, I had it right. Okay. LAUNAJAE_. So at Launa J _. Go check out our newest coach. Give her a follow. She's awesome. If you don't know our other coaches, all of our bios are on the website. So teambdncoaching.com. But Casey Pauline Fitness, she is amazing. She's also a flight attendant. So anyone who needs like quick snacks and on the go, and that woman is busy, busy, busy. So if you think you're busy and you come to her with like, I'm just so busy, I couldn't do it, she'll be like, nah. She's amazing. So traveling around the world, doing all the things, helping all the clients is Casey Pauline Fitness. That's her Instagram handle. And then we have Emily, sweetest Emily. Oh my gosh. Emily is such a sweetheart, and she's so, so knowledgeable. She is new to the coaching industry, but she's been with us for almost a year now. I can't believe it. And awesome programmer when it comes to weightlifting, very knowledgeable about hormones and health and nutrition. And just honestly, I say this and I don't want it to come off like condescending at all, but she is literally the sweetest human being. And I'm so happy to have her here and on the team, because she can just say things in such a calming and motivating way, and where I'm just like rip off the band-aid, like tough love, I have no couth, right? Like Emily is not like that. And she's the yin to my yang. I absolutely love it. If you want to follow her, her Instagram handle is at mlolly. So EMLOLLI.fit. mlolly.fit. Those are our ladies. You can also find them on our Instagram team page. So at Team BDN Coaching. I know I just did like a whole spiel there, but for people who aren't listening, and I haven't really done that before, or new to listening, sorry, not aren't listening, but I haven't really ripped off all that information before. And I'm just so freaking pumped for this team and the goals that we're putting in for the new year. We already have 2 launch dates for Fit and 6 in mind, spring and fall, 2 launch dates for Master Your Metabolism coming in soon. We're probably going to have a Moderation 365 program going. We got the New Year's program we're launching, bringing on so much stuff, doing so much stuff for 2023. And of course, always have our one-on-one coaching packages open. So again, 2023 is going to be Team BDN's year. I'm calling it now. And we're setting those goals. We're setting smarter goals. And I cannot wait to see you guys achieve them. If you want to let me know your goals, you can always send me a DM or whatever, and I'll hold you accountable. That's what I'll do. But I hope you guys have a happy and safe new year. By the time you listen to this, it will be right before New Year's. So please be safe. Please Uber. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything crazy. Even if you don't drink and drive, other people do, and it's a shame. So do not drive. Call Uber. Have a friend. Just be super safe, and I'll see you guys in the new year. Ciao.